This is Kevin Sanford, also known as Mr. Kev Time Speaks on Facebook and other social media. This is a scene currently at the Southeast Alabama Medical Center where the police have came together in heavy presence and dispersing the crowd. And I would just like to I'm curious as to know what is the violation and why these people are being asked to leave and they're exercising their amendment, the First Amendment to freely and peacefully assemble. Excuse me, who's there? Excuse me, who's the officer in charge here?
Oh.
Would you be the officer in charge?
I guess I am right here.
Okay, well, let me ask you something. Some of the people say you all asked them to leave. I mean, don't you have the freedom to peacefully assemble?
The hospital staff and the mother of the victim has asked everybody.
Well, I mean, that's a request. That's not a demand. That's not something you can enforce. If we peacefully assembling, nobody's out of order. So I want to know, is that some type of, nobody's trespassing?
I'm going off of the hospital staff. Asking everybody to leave the parking lot. That's keeping vehicles from being able to come in and out of the parking lot. Vehicles can't even leave right now.
Okay.
So that's not a peaceful assembly. So thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Hey, give me your name, sir.
No, sir.
Excuse me, huh? You're a peace officer, huh?
Can you back up?
Can you answer the question, baby? Can you answer the question?
Sir, can you back up, please?
You approaching me now.
Yes,
you approaching
sir.
me. You walking up on me. You walking up on me.
Well, I'm not walking up on you. Please back up. All right, brother, you gotta leave.
Are you interfering with my right to peacefully assemble? I'm peacefully assembling.
You can assemble.
This is public property. This is public property. It isn't owned by anybody in particular.
Now, we found a murder. Now it's not.
I understand that. I'm asking the question, why can't the family who came out here to pray, and why can't they peacefully assemble?
Now's not the time for this.
The time for what? Ricky Stokes been filming for an hour or two, and you all had to ask him to leave. He's here. Who's acting the fool?
You're not.
But I'm saying, who is here acting the fool? I asked him a question. Can people peacefully assemble and exercise their First Amendment?
We answered that. The people at the hospital have been gone.
But this is a public place, though.
It's not public. It's private property.
Who owns the medical center? The Houston County Health Authority. They don't own the hospital.
Now's not the time for
Well, I mean, it's always the time to exercise your rights. That don't get cut on and off because you say so. Well, I'm not making a point. We exercise our rights. We always doing that. We always doing that. But you all didn't ask Ricky Stokes to leave. He's been filming here all day. But this is the problem. We have police officers who prey on people's ignorance and their lack of understanding of the law. Currently, this is a scene at the medical center, and the officers have asked people to disperse, and I understand they're trying to maintain order, but this is a public place, and on the First Amendment, you have the right to peacefully assemble, and this is all I've asked these officers to do, to clarify that. These people came here to pray and to show their respect for the family, and they're basically being forced to comply with something that's not legal. And my purpose of being here today is, in addition to showing respect for the family, but yet to keep these people honest. These people have a tendency to think that everything they say is necessarily the law, and it's not. Now, Ricky Stokes News have been on the scene and been reporting and making commentary and basically invading the privacy of the family, and yet he wasn't being asked to leave. But the rest of the family members is being given these orders to disperse. So we're just going to kind of stay on the scene to make sure that everybody's rights are protected. And again, as I noted to the police officer, SAMC is not a private entity. It's public, and it's supported by the Houston County Health Authority. But these officers will tell you anything just because they feel like you don't know. I'm awfully curious to see exactly how far these officers are willing to go to enforce these impromptu rules and demands that they make upon people. They make demands for people to put away their cameras. They make demands for people to disperse when they're peacefully assembling. And under the United States Constitution, under the First Amendment, we have the right to peacefully assemble and pray and gather together. There is no crime being committed, but this is a young man who has been brought into this the medical center in the trauma division, and he has a large family here that's coming to show support, family and friends, and they came to pray and kind of console one another. And where is the harm in that? You know, what law is being violated? There is none. And the officer has told me that this is not the time to make a point, but there's always a time to exercise your rights. There's always time to stand up for yourself, and that never ceases. See, if we don't exert our rights in situations like this, we'll never be respected, especially in this town, in Dothan, Alabama. Because DPD Chief Steve Parrish, as well as the county sheriff department, has basically taken the law into their own hands and start creating rules and making demands of people with no authority. They only have the authority which is given by the Constitution and by the state of Alabama. And there's no law that's saying that you cannot congregate at the hospital in a peaceful manner. Now, earlier during one of Ricky Stowe's broadcasts, several people have contacted me and made mention of the fact that he's made certain comments, and they said that Kevin Saffold is the reason, is part of the problem in Dothan. The part of the problem in Dothan is we have media sources such as WTVY, Dothan Eagle, WDHN, and other media entities, even the so-called Ricky Stowe's News, that refuse to report news, refuse to investigate, refuse to interview people and get two sides of every story. But instead, they take the press release given by DPD, and that's the only way they release news. He said earlier that he would not release any information until it was confirmed or authorized by Dothan PD. Well, who wants to get the watered-down version of what's really going on? Who wants to get the version tomorrow's news? You know, that's the beauty of having the First Amendment. That's the beauty of having Facebook Live. And that's the beauty of being able to exercise your rights and knowing your rights. But strangely enough, when he was out here reporting it, as well as he was reporting from Wiregrass Gym, not one officer asked him to leave. But we have the same rights as individuals as he does. Again, we don't see any members of the mainstream media out here covering this coverage. And personally, I regret that, you know, the tragedy that the family is experiencing right now.
Why are you filming this? Why? I don't even understand how you get enjoyment out of this. This is not none of your business to be out here filming nothing.
Actually, I'm filming the police, baby.
Why you filming the police? They ain't filming no damn body. They doing their damn job. I'm tired.
These are the same police that asked everybody to leave, which that's against their rights to leave. You really must know.
Teresa, calm down.
These are the same officers that asked everybody to leave. These are the same officers that asked everybody to leave and y'all peacefully assembling. I understand, baby, and I don't mean no disrespect. But these are the same officers who asked everybody to leave. I came here to make a point that you do not have to leave. These people asked everybody to leave.
They have to maintain control
I know that. I'm not filming anybody in the family. I'm filming the police. These are the same people who asked us to leave.
It's so overcrowded.
Right.
If somebody got to
Well,
go to the emergency room, blocking it.
As long as I ask them, as long as they peacefully assembling, they can stay out of the way and not blocking traffic, they're welcome to stay out here. That's the point I was making.
Rancherio Circle. 507 Rancherio Circle. That's where everybody's going to today. There's nothing that we can do, baby. We're going to 507 Rancherio.
Clearly, there's a lot of upset people. There's a lot of mixed emotions and a lot of lack of understanding here. Today, I came here not to show any disrespect to anybody, but at some point in time, these law enforcement officers have to know that not everybody is going to be intimidated. Yes, ma'am.
Who you work with?
I work with myself. I'm licensed as a media, the same as Dothan TBY and WDHN and Ricky Stowe. I'm the same thing they are, a member of the media. They asked these people to leave. I told them they don't have to leave. They peacefully assembling. On the First Amendment, they can stay out here.
Okay, go down there to BP. They shooting down there.
Again, this broadcast is not meant to be disrespectful, but we don't have the right to impede, what's considered news and what's coverage. And I came out here basically to make sure that people's rights were protected. And some people may not understand that right now, and I've tried not to get people who were grieving on this camera, and that's not what that's designed for. But if somebody wasn't out here to stand up for these people's rights, they would be basically, misled. So anyway, forgive me, and I hope the family does not take that the wrong way, but yet sometimes we lack that understanding, and from a lack of understanding communication, that breeds confusion, and therefore, problems after that. Again, this is Kevin South. I'll always greet you all in love and salute you in peace. Y'all stay tuned for further updates.